In this video, we're going to crochet a ghost. So we're going to start with our white yarn. I'm going to take the end tail and hold it here. I'm going to take my 2 fingers and wrap the yarn around both of them. I'm going to create a cross on the palm of my hand and bring the yarn back here. So I've got 2 parallel lines and a cross. I'm going to take my crochet hook and go under the first line and then loop up the second, like so. I'm going to pull the second loop through and turn my crochet hook. I'm then going to pick up that first loop and pull through. There is an alternative method to the magic ring on my YouTube channel. Now we've made our magic ring, we're going to crochet 8 single crochets into our magic ring. So I'm going to take my crochet hook, I'm going to insert it into the middle of the magic ring, yarn over and pull through. I've got 2 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over again and pull through. I've just made 1 single crochet. We're going to do that again. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook, making sure that I go around this circle and this loose end of yarn. I'm going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. I've just created 2 single crochets. And again, insert my crochet hook, yarn over, pull it through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through both those 2 loops. So we've just done 3 single crochets. We now need to do 5 more. Before we do 5 more, I'm just going to gently hold my stitch here and pull my tail end. If this starts to move and the circle gets smaller, then your single crochets are perfect. If you're struggling or you're having to pull really hard, then your stitches might be too tight. If they're too tight, make sure that when you're pulling through like this, everything isn't tight and that it's loose so you can move it. Now we've finished our 8 single crochets, we're going to pull the tail yarn to close our magic circle. For round 2, we're going to increase in each stitch. For an increase, we do 2 single crochets in the same stitch. So moving on to the next round, I'm going to insert my crochet hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through to create my single crochet. And then insert my stitch marker here, making sure to go through both of the lines on top. So if I turn my work on its side and look at a single crochet, I can see that there is 1 line here and 1 line here. When we crochet, we want to make sure that we go through both of those loops, and exactly the same when we put our stitch marker on. So I've now done 1 single crochet in my first stitch. I'm going to take my hook and follow that line down, insert my hook into the same stitch, yarn over, pull through, 2 loops on my hook, yarn over, pull through. I've now done 2 single crochets in 1 stitch from the last round. We're going to move on to the next stitch so I can go down and across. Insert my crochet hook, yarn over and pull through, yarn over and pull through. That's 1 single crochet. Following back down, insert my hook, yarn over, pull through, yarn over and pull through both 2 loops on my hook. So that is our increase. We're going to do that all the way around until we get back to our stitch marker. We're now moving on to rounds 3 to 5. I'm going to take out my stitch marker, put it to the side, and create a single crochet in the next stitch. I'm then going to put my stitch marker back in, and I'm going to continue doing a single crochet in each of the stitch around until I get back to my stitch marker. We're going to do this 3 times. So I'm going to go single crochet around, back to the stitch marker 3 times. That's 3 rounds. A good useful tip is to have something to the side. So when you get to the end of your round, you then move that to show that you've done 1 round. And again, when you've done your second one, and then at the end of the third, you'll know. Then if someone talks to you or you lose count because you're focusing on your stitches, you'll know which round you're on. So we're going to single crochet in each stitch around. Now we've reached the end of round 5, we're going to move on to round 6. So I'm going to take off my stitch marker, and I'm going to do 4 single crochets. So my first single crochet, and I'm going to put my stitch marker back in, second single crochet, 3 and 4. So to create a bubble stitch, we're going to yarn over and insert our hook into the next stitch. And then going to yarn over again and pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm then going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on my hook. So I've got 2 loops left. We're going to repeat this again back into the same stitch. So I yarn over, insert my crochet hook, yarn over and pull through. I've now got 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on my hook. I now have 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, insert my hook, yarn over again and pull through. I've got 5 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through the first 2 loops on my hook. I've now got 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 of these loops. This has created our bubble stitch. I'm then going to insert my crochet hook into the next stitch for a single crochet, and then continue doing 5 more single crochets. I'm going to create another bubble stitch into the next stitch. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my crochet hook, yarn over and pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through those first 2 loops. We're going to do that again. So I'm going to yarn over, insert my crochet hook, yarn over and pull through. I've got 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through those first 2 loops. So I've now got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over, insert my crochet hook, yarn over again and pull through. I've got 5 loops on my hook. So I'm going to yarn over, pull through the first 2, and I've got 4 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 4 loops on my hook. I'm then going to do 4 single crochets to finish off the round. For the next 2 rounds, we're going to do a single crochet in each stitch. So that's a single crochet in each stitch around until you get back, and you're going to do that 2 times. To make the skirt of your ghost, we're going to remove our stitch marker. And then I'm going to go work in the front loop only. So when I turn my work over, you can see that there are 2 lines on our stitches. So we're going to go in the front loop, which is this part here. This is the back loop here. So we're working in the front loop. And we create a slip stitch. So I'm going to yarn over and pull through, and then pull through that loop on my hook. I'm going to insert my stitch marker. And in the next stitch, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. And then in the next stitch, working in the front loop only again, I'm going to do another slip stitch. So I yarn over, pull through, and then pull through that one. In the next stitch, I'm going to do 2 single crochets. And then in the next stitch, I'm going to slip stitch. In the next stitch, we then do 2 single crochets, and we're going to keep repeating this until we get all the way around. So now we've completed the skirt of our ghost, we're going to work on closing him up. So if you look inside of your work, you should see that there's this rim that started to or that has been created, and that's what we're going to work into. So now I'm back at the beginning. I need to find my first loop, which is here, and we're working the back loop only. So for the first one, I'm just going to do a slip stitch so that we can join it together, like so. And then we're going to do a decrease. So taking our crochet hook, we're going to go under the first loop, yarn over, and pull through. I've got 2 loops on my hook. We're then going to go into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm then going to yarn over and pull through all 3 of these loops. In the next stitch, I'm going to do a single crochet, and then we're going to do another decrease. So I'm going to insert my crochet hook, yarn over, pull through, insert my crochet hook into the next stitch, yarn over, and pull through. I've got 3 loops on my hook. I'm going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops on my hook. We're going to repeat that until we get all the way back round. So I'm going to do a single crochet and then decrease. Now we've made it back round, I'm going to take my yarn and I'm going to pull my crochet hook like so. And then I'm going to cut off a nice end and pull it all the way through. And that will stop our work from unravelling. I'm going to remove my stitch marker and then have a look at my little ghost. I'm going to insert the crochet eyes. I always put them in first before putting the backs on to make sure that I've got good positioning, like so. So I'm happy where they are. So I'm now going to put the backs on, and these backs have 2 sides to them. So there's a flat side here and there's a side with a point. We want to put the flat side against our yarn. So I'm going to take it and pop it inside and just push it until it's closed, like so. And then I'm going to take my next one and I've added my eyes. I'm then going to take my stuffing and add my stuffing in like so. And then I'm going to take my needle and I'm going to sew around in a circle closing the bottom of my work. Now that I've done that, I'm just going to crochet, I'm going to sew over it, like so. Then I'm going to thread my needle through. And cut off the excess like that. And you've made your little ghost.